Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senators. Today is Thursday, February 20th. We thank you for joining the Finance Committee. Today we're going to hear 11 bills. I will read the order. If you're the sponsor, you have as much time as you need. If you are a witness, please limit your testimony to 2 minutes. I'm Senator Pam Vital, Chair of the committee, and with mine, and now Senator Lamb. We're going to go to Senate Bill 614, and you have William Steinwedel, Franz Schneiderman, Raregen Youth, Karen Morgan, Michael Patty, and Khartik Uppalapati, which I probably said wrong. Senator, you probably should stand at the podium because you have 6 people and we have 6 chairs. Thank you. And this is Consumer Protection Credit Reporting Medical Debt, Fair Medical Debt Reporting Act. Thank you, Senator.
Great. Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, Chair Vital, members of the committee, for allowing me to testify and introduce Senate Bill 641 on consumer protection credit reporting. For the record, Clarence Lamb, Senator in District 12. This proposed legislation prohibits medical debt from being included in consumer credit reports. This effort recognizes the widespread impact that medical debt has on Maryland households, differentiates between medical and consumer debt, ensures fair credit evaluations, and also strengthens ongoing reforms. Medical debt affects many Maryland households. You may know folks or constituents that have been affected by this, and it can have severe consequences on Marylanders' financial situations. According to 2023 reports, nearly 1 in 5 Maryland households struggle with medical debt or medical bills that they are unable to repay. These medical bills are often unpredictable, such as things that might result from a sudden accident or unexpected hospitalization, thus leaving families with overwhelming debt in a time of significant need. Consequently, individuals delay necessary medical care. Oftentimes, they'll drain their savings. They may even face eviction as a result of this. Including medical debt on credit reports only serves to unfairly deepen financial hardship. Medical debt differs from consumer debt in many different ways. As mentioned earlier, medical debt is often incurred in emergency circumstances during which it is impossible to make an informed choice regarding price, cost, or in-network insurance coverage. Additionally, medical bills are incredibly complicated, with debts and credit reports riddled with errors due to insurance delays and also third-party mismanagement. Because of these differences between medical and consumer debt, medical debt is proven to be a poor indicator of credit worthiness. A recent study by the Consumer Protection Bureau at the federal level noted that individuals with medical debt were more likely to pay future loan obligations, with consumers scoring at least 10 points higher than credit reports. For cases in which an individual had paid off their medical debt, their credit scores would oftentimes be underestimates of their credit worthiness by an average of 22 points. Basically, medical debt is a poor indicator of determining an individual's credit worthiness. This effort through this legislation builds on progress that was started by 3 major credit reporting agencies, many of whom you know, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, who are the 3 big credit reporting agencies. All of them have acknowledged that medical debt is an unreliable indicator of financial responsibility and also limited the amount of medical debt included on credit reports to amounts greater than $500. So in essence, they've acknowledged that it's in many ways a poor indicator of financial responsibility, and so below $500, they've decided on their own to not include it in credit reports. Additionally, last year, the CFPB issued new rules regarding medical debt reporting, but with the recent order to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau at the federal level, to their staff, to basically stop all work. It's unclear what will eventually become of that federal rule. The Federal Consumer Financial Protection Bureau research has shown that millions of Americans still have medical debt listed on their credit reports. 10 states have already taken notice and passed laws to prohibit medical debt on credit reports. We believe that Maryland should follow suit and similarly protect households from financial harm in these instances of medical debt. I have requested amendments to more closely align this bill with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau at the federal levels, their role, and also to address feedback from the Attorney General's office here in the state of Maryland. This legislation ensures that residents in the state will be fairly assessed on their credit valuations, to have this taken into account as part of their credit report. So I'd ask the committee for consideration of a favorable report, and happy to turn over to other members of this panel and take questions at the end.
Chair, Vice Chair, and esteemed members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Viraj Kamath, and I'm the Vice President of Raregen Youth Network, a 501c3 youth-led organization advocating for equitable healthcare access for rare disease patients. I'm here to testify in strong support of SB 0614, the Fair Medical Debt Reporting Act, because medical debt should never be a life sentence. For rare disease patients, medical debt is unavoidable. We do not choose to live with conditions that require lifelong specialist care, expensive diagnostic tests, or medications with no generic alternatives. Yet, under the current system, the very medical care that keeps us alive can destroy our financial future. Medical debt should not dictate someone's ability to buy a home, get a job, or provide for their family. At Raregen, we represent young people across Maryland who have already seen their families devastated by the cost of rare disease care. Many of them, myself included, will need treatment for the rest of our lives. Personally, I live with progressive familial intrahepatic cholestasis, a rare liver disease that requires ongoing medical intervention. My condition is managed by daily medications, specialist visits, and complex lab testing to monitor my liver function. The costs add up, and despite having insurance, my family has faced thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket expenses. We have seen too many Maryland families suffer because of unfair medical debt practices. A Raregen member in Maryland, a single mother with a child who has a rare neuromuscular disorder, was forced to choose between paying for her child's physical therapy or covering her rent. She did what any mother would. She prioritized her child's health, but as a result, she was sent to collections. Her credit score plummeted, and she struggled to qualify for a safe apartment for her family. This is not just a financial issue, it is a human rights issue. Senator Lamb talked about these facts, but I'd like to clear it up and stress it. 2/3 of bankruptcies in the U.S. are linked to medical debt. Patients with medical debt are 3 times more likely to skip follow-up care, and credit scores should reflect financial behavior, not whether someone got sick. Thus, we strongly urge a favorable report. Thank you.
Chair, Vice Chair, and esteemed members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Khartik Uppalapati, and I'm the president of Raregen Youth Network, the largest solely high schooler-led youth network of rare disease advocates advocating for individuals with rare diseases. I'm here to testify in strong support of SB 0614 because medical debt is not just a financial burden, it is a systematic barrier that traps patients and families in an endless cycle of hardship. For many rare disease patients, medical bills are not a one-time expense. They are lifelong. As someone living with lymphedema, a rare and severe condition that required a panel of 8 geneticists to diagnose, I know firsthand the cost of just searching for an answer. By the time I received a diagnosis, my family had already spent thousands of dollars on genetic testing and specialist visits, most of which were not covered by insurance. This story is not unique. This is what rare disease patients face every single day. And what happens next? Families like mine, who are doing everything right, who have insurance, who make their payments, still find themselves drowning in medical debt. Under the current system, the debt is reported to credit agencies, affecting loan approvals, housing applications, and even employment opportunities. It is a financial punishment for simply seeking medical care. The reality is medical debt is not like credit card debt. No one takes on thousands of dollars in hospital bills recklessly. No one chooses to need an expensive life-saving procedure. A medical bill should not dictate whether someone can get a mortgage or rent an apartment. The key reasons to support SB 0614 are that nearly 1 in 5 Americans has medical debt in collections, and this disproportionately impacts communities of color and low-income families. 44% of U.S. adults have delayed or skipped medical care due to cost, leading to worse health outcomes and higher long-term costs. And the 3 largest credit agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, have already begun removing some medical debt from credit reports. SB 0614 ensures Maryland leads in protecting all patients. This bill is about fairness, dignity, and ensuring that a medical crisis does not become a financial catastrophe. We strongly urge a favorable report on SB